My grandfather, Angelo Contarino, who's on my dad's side of the family, is a World War II veteran. However, he never fought in the war. When he was 18, his number for the draft never came up. So instead of going to the military, he went to college at Harvard. But in 1944, after 2 years, the military was drafting everyone they could get into the army. But my grandfather enlisted because then he could choose where to go. He decided to go into the Navy and the V-12 program, a program that sent him to dental school before starting his service in the war. But after a year in dental school, the war ended. So when my grandfather finally graduated after 3 years, he was still obligated for 2 years of service in the Navy. He was sent to Great Lakes Navy, just north of Chicago, and was commissioned as lieutenant junior grade. After 6 months, he was then assigned to a ship called the USS Mount Olympus in Norfolk, Virginia. He stayed there for 18 months until he was discharged and put into the Navy Reserve in 1949. My grandfather loved his time on that ship. Since the war had ended, there was no more fighting. I don't want to say my grandfather didn't work hard, but he would suntan on the deck of the ship. The job of the ship was to take Marines and the Army down to the Caribbean islands for maneuvers or training. My grandfather got to see 3 different islands in Haiti, a country next to the Dominican Republic. He will never forget the time when he went to a bar in Port-au-Prince with some of the ship's officers and met and hung out with Gregory Peck, a very big movie star at that time. Though my grandfather's time in the military wasn't tragic or as bold or courageous as others, the Navy did have a great impact on him, just in a completely different way. Once he was discharged, he started his career in oral surgery. If he hadn't enlisted in the V-12 program, he would have never gone into that field of work. He would have been drafted into the Army and might not even be here today. There are thousands of veterans just like my grandfather. I believe there is a lesson here. Being in the military isn't just about fighting, wars, or guns. It's also about how the military can help you later in life by setting you on a career path, for example. My grandfather is a great man, and his time in the military sent him on his way to become the man he is today.